Wan has released the new 2.2 text to video model, which is said to be much better than its predecessor. But is it? Let's test it out. I'm trying to generate Yeti vlogging through the market, and let's first see how the Wan 2.1 base model generated it. So I specifically asked it to not generate any cartoon, anime, or illustration, but it generated this. And now currently I am trying to generate the same prompt, which is this exactly. Yeti vlogging while walking through a busy narrow lane of Indian market. Yeti is talking POV photorealistic using the Wan 2.2 14 billion model. So, and here it has generated, and here it is, and it is much better than the 2.1. It is much more realistic. An actual ape is walking through a market that look very realistic. Let's compare the quality once again with the Wan 2.1 base model, and it does not look realistic at all, and I specifically asked it to not generate any animations. Let's also try the same prompt with Wan 2.2 5 billion model. So I will just copy and paste the same prompt, and I will copy and paste the same negative prompt. I do not want any animation, illustration, or anything like that. And I will set the size to match what I did in the 14B model, 5 by 12 by 5 by 12. And that's it. So let's run it. And in fact, if we compare the time taken by these two models, this one with Wan 2.2 took lesser time than Wan 2.1 under the similar settings, because here it is generating with FPS 24 for 5 seconds. So that is like 121 frames. Whereas this one generated 81 frames at 16 FPS. So it generated 81 frames in 1900 seconds, and it generated 121 frames at 1650 seconds. So this was much faster than this. And of course, the 5 billion model is much faster. Wan 2.2 is released in two versions. One is 14 billion model and one is 5 billion model. The 14B is again split in two models, text to video and image to video, whereas the 5 billion model has both text to video and image to video included in the same model. Right now we are using an unrealistic form. This ape never walked through an actual market, therefore the model is having trouble. Okay, so here this has done. Okay, this is not bad actually. However, it is walking backwards. Okay, let's try this one more time. And um, okay, I will not change this. Let's try this as it is. So right now we are generating an unrealistic prompt, creature that has never existed and has of course never walked through the busy market. Therefore, it is having some trouble generating this, but still the 2.2 model was able to do that. The 5 billion model struggled a little, and 2.1 was not able to do that at all. However, had we asked something more realistic, like a man walking through the market or a couple in a park or something like that, in that case, the 2.1 is also very good, and the quality of 2.2 is comparable to the top-notch models out there, like Google View or so. However, it cannot generate the audio like Google View, but it generates some decent quality comparable to Google View. You must have seen videos like this on Instagram. They are viral these days, where a creature like an ape or a dog is walking and blogging through the market. These videos are created using Google View. And let's see, we have another version from 5 billion model. Let's see what it did. And it was not that good. So let's not try to give something realistic that happens in real life. Let's say a couple. It has generated something, and it only took 107 seconds. As you can see, the 5 billion version is very fast. So let me, also try another run of this, and let's see what it has generated. Okay, so it has deformed the faces a little. However, the scene and everything else is somewhat similar to what we had asked it to do. But this is not usable. Not satisfied with this output. Okay, let me copy this and also try this with 14 billion Wan 2.2, and negative prompt is okay. I will also copy this in the 2.1. So after 5 billion, I will generate 2.1. And after 5 billion, I generated a 2.2, 14 billion. And after that, I will be generating with Waves 2.1, 14 billion model. We have the output from the 5 billion. Let's see. So now we have the beach and the picnic basket and the wine bottle. But this is still not usable. The faces are not good and this cannot be used. Maybe if I increase the steps, the 5 billion, 30 steps. So let's try the 5 billion model one more time with 30 steps. So far the videos generated by 5 billion model were not good and not usable. However, the 14 billion model were very good. However, they took a lot of time. The 2.1 took approximately 2000 seconds. The 2.2 took approximately 1700 seconds. And this also included the time to load model. So in the consecutive runs, it would probably take 200 seconds lesser. But more or less, if we compare it to 5 billion model, so that was exponentially large. But the videos generated by 5 billion model are not usable anyway, so that does not matter. While this is being done, let's also try the image to video model. So for 2.1, I generally use Pusa LoRA. So this is fusion model that um, that accelerates the process of generating the video. So it only takes 5 steps. And then after that, I also added a new LoRa that is called as Pusa, which also improves the quality and lowers the number of steps required. So, and here I will give the image that I want. So, and here is the prompt that a man is meditating, closes eyes and levitates off the ground up in the air slowly. I will copy this model and I will run this. And let's also test this without these LoRa's. So I will bypass this node, and here instead of this fusion model, I will select the original image to video model. Let's select the 480p version for this. And I will leave the rest of the settings as it is, except for these. Number of steps we need here is 20. CFG is 6. And let's also open the 2.2 model. And here, how many steps is it using? Okay, so it is also using 20. So that's okay. I will just, it's very buggy. Okay, so I will also add this to the queue. And then we will come back here at 2.2 image to video model. And here, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. And we need an image. And here, I will select the same image. And I will add the same. I will select the same size. Number of frames here are going to be 121 because it generates at 24 FPS. I will leave it as it is. I won't change the number of frames for this. So the 2.2 model was trained on 24 FPS. The 2.1 model was trained on 16 FPS. So 2.1 generates the best videos at 16 FPS and 2.2 generates the best videos at 24 FPS. Although we can change the FPS here from here, but I felt that generates noisy videos. The results are here and let's see how this did. So this was generated in 1662 seconds by Wan 2.2 14 billion model. And this is very realistic. This is very good. Although there is a little fuzziness here and there, and I guess this could improve a little color and saturation. But the movement, the characters, what they are doing, they're drinking wine, they're sitting on a beach, and the waves in the background, they are all very realistic. So this is very convincing. So this looks like it was shot on a bad camera, but an actual scene, a realistic scene. So that's nice. And let's see. This was done on 2.1, 14 billion ways. Let's see how did it go. This is also very good. So this is cinematic. This is not as good as the 2.2 model. However, I guess that it is not bad either. So probably we can get a better video in a few more attempts. So both 2.1 and 2.2 generated quite good videos. Let's try this one. This was done in 2.25 billion. Okay. Mm, like it is good for the time that it took to generate it. It only generated in 206 seconds. However, the quality is nowhere comparable to the 14 billion models, either 2.2 or 2.1. Okay, now let's see our image to video. This was done on 2.1 14 billion with LoRa's in 5 steps. Okay, so the quality is good, but the only thing that are wrong is this movement. So this is not the real movement, but probably we can get that corrected in a few attempts. And the second thing is that it changed the face of the image. So that is also something to consider. But overall, this is good. And this also was generated only in 407 seconds, out of which it also took time to load the model, probably 200 seconds. So this is also good. It was only generated in 5 steps using the Fusion and Pusa. And let's see this one. Okay, so probably I need to change the flow of this one. So for some reason it was not able to work with these settings. It was not able to generate anything. Let's see this one as well. So this is 2.2 image to video 14 billion model. And in the starting frame, it did not change the face. And later it changed the face, but very slightly. And as far as the background is concerned, this all look very realistic. People are coming down from the stairs. Although it did not levitate, but that's something that we can fix in several attempts with a different prompt. So that is not a issue here. The quality of the video is quite good. It is usable. So the face that it did wrong can also be corrected. So I'm guessing that it was not able to recreate the face correctly because the person is looking down and the photo does not tell it that how the person looks from this angle. But this can be fixed by using a trained LoRa of this person. So that's fine there. I regenerated this one. Earlier we were not able to generate that. I used the default setting this time and this is how it generated. And it is actually quite good in terms of quality. There is no fuzz anywhere around anywhere in this video. And it did not change the face. So that's also quite good. Although it did not levitate, but that's something that we can fix in multiple attempts. So rest of the video is quite good. I am satisfied with this generation. So this was 480p version of the Wan 2.1 image to video model, 14 billion one. And I also generated this, the 5 billion image to video model. This 5 billion model is both text to video as well as image to video. We had seen its text to video generations earlier. Now let's also see how good is it in generating image to video. Okay, so this is not good. It changed the face and also it distorted the person and there was no prompt adherence. And there is one more generation of this. I guess I generated this in 20 steps. I also did it in 30. Yeah, so this one is 30 steps. Let's see this one. Okay, so I would say that the 5 billion model of 2.2 is not good. Overall, I would say that the 14 billion 2.2 model is exceptional. Here in this video, if you see the expression of the characters, their actions, the background, and the prompt adherence is exceptional. This is something that we have not seen in the open source models before. So 2.1 was somewhere near, but it still had, some notches off, which I believe has been fixed in the 2.2 14 billion model. The 5 billion model is although good for faster generations, it does not produce the realistic results. So you can tell by looking at the videos that they are AI generated, but the 14 billion 2.2 model might fool you.